Welcome back to the deep dive. We're digging into your research, your notes, your travel journals, and pulling out the key knowledge.
Yes.
Today, it's a listener's really detailed account of their first two very intense days in Tokyo.
Yeah, this is fantastic source material. It's like a high-speed immersion course.
Right.
We're talking Haneda arrival, temples, museums, even a tea ceremony.
Hmm.
Our mission is to pull out those aha moments about, well, Tokyo's scale, its efficiency,
Yeah.
and its deep cultural roots.
Okay, so let's dive in. The very first thing that jumps out from page 1 is the sheer scale. Landing at Haneda, the traveler notes the shift from, like, flat green landscape to suddenly, quote, bam, all you see are buildings everywhere.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah, they actually said Tokyo puts every city I've ever been to shame in terms of size.
And that visual impact, that density, it sets up this Tokyo paradox, you could call it,
Paradox, how so?
where you see this immense urban sprawl and you expect chaos, right?
Yeah.
Delays, confusion. But then you experience the reality, which is often the complete opposite: smoothness, efficiency.
Absolutely. That comes through right away with the arrival notes. Customs. How long do you think?
Oh, hours probably in a city that size.
Try 10 minutes. Total. Beginning to end.
Wow. 10 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, how is that even possible with that volume of people?
It's deeply cultural, I think. A focus on precision, respect for other people's time. It's not an accident, it's design deficiency.
Okay.
And you see that mirrored in the traveler's prep. They immediately got the essential tools.
Right. The list is here. The JR pass, that's the big rail pass.
Yeah, the national one.
There's Shinkansen tickets, the bullet train.
Reservation secured.
And the Suica card. That's the tap-and-go transit card, right?
Exactly. They didn't just arrive, they arrived ready to navigate the system. Mastered it from the get-go.
Very efficient. And the accommodation choice sounds, well, efficiently charming, too. The Shiba Park Hotel.
The library hotel.
Yeah, described as gorgeous. But the room? Pure Japanese space optimization.
Let me guess, small.
Tiny. A bunk bed over another bed. And like a little alcove. Functional, definitely not sprawling.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Maximizing every square inch.
So, settled in first night, time for dinner, and this is interesting. They found it hard to choose.
Oh, why is that?
Because they eat Japanese food regularly back home, so nothing initially grabbed them as like, must try.
Huh. That is interesting. You'd think they'd have a huge list.
Right, maybe it was the pressure. Or realizing the home stuff isn't quite the real deal.
I suspect it's the sheer weight of authentic options. Suddenly everything looks amazing and familiar things seem different.
So what did they pick?
They landed on udon, but a specific kind, beef curry udon,
Okay.
and it apparently blew them away. Plus some interesting sides, pickled quail eggs, and potatoes with seaweed and butter.
Whoa, potatoes, seaweed, butter. Sounds intriguing.
Right. Comfort food, but very local, very specific. It shows that even familiar dishes can surprise you when you're actually there.
Got it. Okay, day 2. They kick off with history.
Zojoji Temple, important choice. That's the main Tokugawa family temple, a Buddhist temple.
The Tokugawa shogunate. Wow. So major historical significance.
Absolutely. Many of the shoguns and their family members are buried there. But there was a slight hiccup.
Oh.
They visited on Sea Day. It's a public holiday in Japan.
Ah, okay. So things were closed.
Some parts, yeah. The graves and the main temple interior didn't open until 10 a.m., which meant waiting in line.
And waiting in line led to the next big realization.
The heat.
Yes, the Tokyo heat revelation. The notes say it's just fundamentally different from Texas heat, where they're from.
More humid.
Yeah.
Enveloping.
It's a different beast altogether. But the waiting also revealed something cool.
What's that?
The umbrellas. Everyone uses them for shade, not just rain. It makes waiting in lines much more bearable. A really effective kind of collective adaptation.
Smart. Using a simple tool to solve a shared problem.
Exactly. And they needed that shade because the next stop was a big one. Ueno Park.
For the giant panda, right.
Yeah.
Xiao Xiao. Yes, Xiao Xiao means small. Small in Mandarin, apparently. This was a high priority.
Why the urgency? Just because pandas are cute?
Well, yes, but also timing. China is in the process of recalling many of his pandas loaned overseas.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so seeing specific pandas like Xiao Xiao outside of China might become increasingly rare. It's that mix, again, ancient culture meets fleeting modern circumstances.
Wow. Okay, so from pandas, a big shift to the Tokyo National Museum.
A jarring shift, maybe, from live animals to ancient artifacts. But the museum got high praise.
Why specifically?
Because it focuses only on Japanese history. Very cohesive. You're not jumping between cultures. You get one deep, long narrative.
And they saw some incredibly old stuff. There's a note here about a bow arrow tip.
Get this. From 38,000 BC.
38,000 BC? That's hard to even comprehend.
Isn't it? Think about that artifact existing in the same city as the Shinkansen. That's the anchor. That deep, deep history underlying hypermodernity.
Amazing. They also mention seeing Japanese artists doing oil paintings.
Yeah, from the early 1900s. So a Western technique, but applied to Japanese subjects and aesthetics. Another interesting blend.
Okay, from Paleolithic tools and modern-ish art, they jumped again, to martial arts.
The Samurai and Ninja Museum. And this section is great. Lots of myth busting.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, first the samurai top knot. It wasn't just style.
No.
Purely practical. Helped keep the helmet secure.
Ah, okay. Makes sense. What else?
The sword sounds in movies. The swoosh.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen. Completely fake.
Huh. Okay, another illusion shattered. Anything else?
This one's more sobering. A typical katana, samurai sword.
Hey.
Could only kill maybe 2 or 3 people before it needed serious sharpening or repair.
Wow. Not the indestructible weapons we see in films.
Not at all. It grounds the reality of ancient combat. These were tools that required immense skill and constant maintenance. It humanizes it somehow.
That's a really powerful detail, and it leads nicely into the next part, which the traveler called their favorite part of the day.
Let me guess. The tea ceremony.
Exactly. At a place called Maikoya. Started with putting on a traditional kimono.
Yes. The preparation.
They described it light, pale blue with chrysanthemums, a pink and white obi sash. But it wasn't just dress up, right? It was setting the stage.
Absolutely. It's part of the ritual. And the guide, Okacha, explained the deep connection.
To Bushido, yeah. The samurai code.
Right. But here, Bushido isn't about combat. It's about applying that same warrior-like discipline, focus, and mindfulness to a peaceful act.
Intentional slowness.
Yeah.
In the middle of Tokyo's rush.
Precisely. It's a deliberate counterpoint. The ceremony structure reinforces that. First, meditation, then the careful, precise cleaning of the tea tools, then eating the special sweets.
Why the sweets first?
To prepare your palate for the matcha, which can be quite bitter and intense. The sweetness balances it.
I see. And then they actually made their own tea.
Yes,
Oh.
which involved this really specific whisking technique. Quick, back and forth, almost like churning to get a good foam. But the final step, the flourish, is amazing. You have to lift the whisk straight up, vertically, without disturbing the foam.
Why?
To create a little peak in the center. A symbolic representation of Mount Fuji.
No way. Mount Fuji in your teacup.
Pretty much. The notes compared the foam texture to perfectly whisked cake batter, which I thought was hilarious, but probably accurate.
That's incredible. Such precision in a simple drink. And then there was the drinking ritual itself.
Yes, very important. Holding the bowl, you rotate it twice towards you before drinking.
Rotate it. Why?
It's about respect and aesthetics. Often the most beautiful part of the bowl's design is facing outwards. You turn it so you don't drink from the main design, and perhaps to admire it yourself briefly.
Okay.
And you drink, wipe the rim, and when you set it down, you rotate it back twice so the main design faces the host again.
So everyone gets to appreciate the artistry. It's like performance, respect, art all in one.
Exactly. Discipline, mindfulness, aesthetics, Bushido in a teacup.
Wow. Okay, after that moment of zen, they finished the day with more history and some local food.
Back into the city's energy.
Yeah, they visited Sensoji Temple, the oldest temple in Tokyo.
That's right. Dates back to 643 A.D. Dedicated to Kannon, the goddess of mercy.
And they saw a Shinto priest performing rituals?
Yeah, getting a glimpse of living tradition in action. And they did the fortune thing.
The omikuji. Give 100 yen, shake the metal box.
Pull out a numbered stick, get the matching fortune slip. Classic temple experience.
Though, the notes say they got a bad fortune?
Happens to the best of us. But there's a system for that.
Right. You tie the bad fortune onto the designated wires or branches there.
Leaving the bad luck behind at the temple. Very efficient disposal of misfortune.
Gotta love it. Okay, last stop. Dinner. They deliberately sought out a tiny yakitori place.
Key detail. Described as filled with only Japanese people.
Yeah, the sign they'd found somewhere truly local off the main tourist track.
The reward for pushing beyond the obvious.
And the food reflected that. Not just standard skewers. They mentioned chicken with ginger. Classic chicken with brie.
Whoa. Brie. Okay, that's fusion.
Right. East meets west on a stick. And tomatoes wrapped in pork belly.
Delicious. That kind of adventurous, hyper-local eating is often the best part of traveling.
Definitely. They finished the night seeing Sensoji Temple all lit up before heading back.
A beautiful image to end on. Ancient temple, modern lights.
What an incredible 2 days. We went from airport logistics back, 38,000 years?
Yeah.
To samurai myths, and then that deep dive into the tea ceremony and Bushido. They covered so much ground, experiencing both the speed and the tradition.
It really highlights that core tension in Tokyo, doesn't it? The hyper-efficiency, the 10-minute customs, alongside these incredibly slow, precise, ancient rituals.
Yeah, the contrast is stark.
One demands speed, the other demands meticulous patience.
So that brings us to the final thought for you listening. Think about this. We talked about the intense discipline in traditions like maintaining a katana or creating that perfect Mount Fuji foam in the tea ceremony, almost a warrior's focus applied peacefully.
Ritual as practice.
Right. So how do you think Japanese culture uses these moments of mandatory, intricate, almost demanding ritual to deliberately manage, or maybe spiritually counterbalance, the absolutely relentless, overwhelming speed of life in a 21st century megacity like Tokyo?
How does deep tradition help navigate hypermodernity? Something to ponder.